He built a $100 billion empire, and you've likely never heard his name. While the world worships Coco Chanel, Alain Wertheimer quietly turned his legacy into a global luxury powerhouse, mastering the art of invisibility in an era obsessed with exposure. This is how the most powerful man in fashion conquered it all, from the shadows. When you think of Chanel, you envision the iconic double C logo, the revolutionary perfume Chanel No. 5, and elegantly dressed models on Parisian runways. Yet few recognize the name Alain Wertheimer, the man who controls this fashion empire. While Coco Chanel's story is taught in fashion schools worldwide, the Wertheimer family has maintained such disciplined privacy that they could sit beside you at a restaurant without triggering the slightest recognition. The Wertheimer family's involvement with Chanel began with Pierre Wertheimer, Alain's grandfather. In 1922, Pierre was introduced to Gabrielle Coco Chanel by Théophile Bader, co-founder of Galeries Lafayette. Pierre already managed Bourgeois Cosmetics, one of France's largest cosmetics companies, giving him both the capital and industry expertise to recognize potential in Coco's revolutionary perfume, Chanel No. 5. In 1924, a partnership was formed that would define the future of luxury. Pierre acquired 70% ownership of the newly created Parfums Chanel, while Bader retained 20% for his matchmaking services, leaving Coco Chanel with only 10% of her namesake fragrance business. Pierre immediately revolutionized fragrance marketing by positioning Chanel No. 5 as accessible luxury. Too expensive to be common, but within reach of the aspiring middle class. As the fragrance gained international acclaim, tensions grew between the partners. Coco watched her creation generate tremendous wealth, while her minority stake limited her financial participation. This conflict would reach dangerous heights during World War II, when the family's Jewish heritage became life-threatening under Nazi occupation. With remarkable foresight, Pierre transferred legal ownership of Parfums Chanel to Félix Amiot, a Christian businessman, creating a protective shield that would save the company from Nazi confiscation. Coco, seeing opportunity, attempted to exploit anti-Jewish laws to reclaim control of her brand, arguing to Nazi authorities that the company had been abandoned by its Jewish owners. This maneuver failed due to Pierre's legal preparations, but permanently stained Coco's legacy. After liberation, Pierre reclaimed ownership from Amiot as arranged and rebuilt distribution networks. American soldiers who purchased Chanel No. 5 as gifts during the war had unwittingly created robust demand in the US market. Pierre's business acumen reached its pinnacle in 1954 when he acquired Chanel's couture house, unifying fashion and fragrance operations under Wertheimer family control. When Pierre died, leadership passed to his son, Jacques, who continued the family's tradition of empowering creative talent while maintaining discreet control. Jacques appointed Jacques Ellul as artistic director, who revolutionized luxury advertising by recruiting film directors and celebrities for campaigns. His casting of Catherine Deneuve as Chanel's fragrance ambassador established the celebrity luxury partnership model that continues today. After Jacques died in 1974, 25-year-old Alain Wertheimer assumed control alongside his brother Gérard. The brothers divided responsibilities, with Alain managing fashion operations from New York, while Gérard oversaw fragrances and watches from Geneva. They inherited a company facing existential challenges. The Chanel brand had faded during the 1970s, increasingly viewed as their grandmother's perfume rather than contemporary luxury. The brothers undertook systematic brand rehabilitation, streamlining fragrance distribution and eliminating licensing deals that had cheapened the brand's exclusive image. Their greatest strategic move came in 1983 when they hired designer Karl Lagerfeld. This decision transformed Chanel from a fading heritage brand into fashion's most powerful luxury house within a decade. Lagerfeld reinvented Chanel's iconic codes: tweed jackets, quilted bags, two-tone shoes, for the modern era while maintaining their essential DNA. This proved that heritage brands could be simultaneously classic and contemporary. Under Alain's leadership, Chanel expanded beyond fashion and fragrance into high-end watches, fine jewelry, and comprehensive beauty lines, creating a complete luxury universe. The Wertheimer brothers refused to license the brand for lower-priced products when competitors rushed to maximize short-term profit. This puzzled industry analysts but delighted luxury consumers, as Chanel handbags maintained value while competing brands' offerings quickly depreciated. The cornerstone of the Wertheimer business philosophy became privacy. The brothers developed a reputation for invisibility, deliberately choosing seats in the third or fourth row at Chanel runway shows, the ultra-rich equivalent of driving a Honda when you own the Ferrari dealership. Karl Lagerfeld called them the invisible owners, proving that fashion's most quotable designer couldn't resist commenting on the industry's most comment-resistant power players. The brothers' combined fortune of approximately $90 billion makes them richer than entire countries, yet they've perfected the art of billionaire invisibility in an age where wealth typically comes with its own reality show. This privacy isn't merely personal preference, it's strategic. By staying out of headlines, the Wertheimers keep focus on the brand rather than themselves, allowing Chanel to maintain its mystique. The family established Moose Partners in 1979, a family office that silently manages investments across sectors from biotech startups to luxury watch manufacturers. This diversification protected the family fortune while allowing focused attention on Chanel's operations. Beyond fashion, the Wertheimers expanded their empire to include prestigious French vineyards, including Château Rosenseigle in Margaux and Château Canon and Saint-Émilion, both receiving acclaim from wine critics. They also operate a successful thoroughbred racing stable, competing successfully in the United States as La Presle Farm and in France as Wertheimer et Frères Partnership. Alain's leadership style emphasized quality over rapid expansion. He deployed capital patiently and maintained a long-term vision when competitors chased quarterly results. During fashion's conglomerate era, when LVMH and Kering built fashion portfolios through acquisition, the Wertheimers focused exclusively on Chanel's organic growth. The family's approach to technology reveals the Wertheimer paradox: conservative in digital marketing, yet forward-thinking in production innovation. Chanel famously resisted e-commerce longer than rivals, finally embracing online sales, without sacrificing the white-glove boutique experience that justifies $1,000 price tags. This measured approach to technological adoption extends to sustainability, with Gerard personally championing environmentally conscious initiatives, recognizing that luxury's future customers demand ethical production alongside exquisite design. Chanel's recent performance validates Alain's strategy. In 2022, the company reported record-breaking revenue of $17.2 billion, a 17% increase over the previous year. Operating profit jumped 6% to $5.8 billion. European sales surged 30%, Asia-Pacific increased 14%, and the Americas grew 9.5%. This recovery from pandemic lows signals the enduring strength of the brand during economic uncertainty. Now in their 70s, Alain and Gérard face luxury's inevitable succession question. In characteristic Wertheimer style, they treat their handoff plans like state secrets. Nathaniel Wertheimer, Alain's Harvard-educated son, joined the family business after gaining experience at Estée Lauder. Other potential heirs include cousin Arthur Heilbronn, who works at the family office, and various Wertheimer offspring with prestigious educations and appropriately low public profiles. The fourth generation will face challenges their great-grandfather never imagined: sustainability demands, digital disruption, and consumers who expect brands to stand for values beyond profitability. Yet the enduring Wertheimer principles, private ownership, patient capital deployment, creative excellence balanced with commercial discipline, provide a foundation for Chanel's continued success. Alain Wertheimer's remarkable achievement rests in building a $100 billion empire while remaining virtually unknown to the public. The family owns art collections reportedly containing works by Picasso and Matisse. Yet these assets remain completely private, never photographed or displayed. Despite having enough money to buy small planets, the brothers shun the superyacht and private island circus that occupies lesser billionaires, preferring understated luxury that whispers rather than shouts. The paradox of the Wertheimer approach shows that less publicity creates more mystique. By controlling fashion's most recognized brand from the shadows, Alain demonstrates that in the modern attention economy, where most billionaires compete for headlines, the Wertheimers hoard privacy like others hoard wealth, making their strategy of invisibility paradoxically fascinating. In a world where attention is the cheapest currency, discretion may be the ultimate luxury.